Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for today's live. We are waiting for Rosella, who is the winner of this free consultation. Okay, so let's just wait for a moment so that she can join, and everybody who is actually free at this time of the day can actually join too. Okay, so let's wait a moment. It's going to be like a real consultation. Oh, I see Rosella. Okay, let me see if I can actually. Okay, okay, here. There you go. Rosella. Let's see. Let's wait for a moment. There you go. Hi, Rosella. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you so much. How is
I
the weather in London?
actually it's nice today.
Really?
Blue sky, 13 degrees. But it looks like it's going down again next week.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So,
It's actually the opposite here in Valencia,
mm,
because normally it's always very sunny. Like, really, it's amazing. But today and the previous days, oh my gosh, it's pouring.
so we have the opposite because maybe in Valencia it's like 330 days a year sunny, and then maybe the other 35 rainy, and here is the other way around.
Exactly. It's exactly the opposite. I don't know what's happening. Maybe the climate change.
Who knows?
Who
Well, let's
knows?
just enjoy.
Exactly.
Here we
You
have
can
to enjoy
enjoy.
the sun when we can.
Exactly. You do that. That's for sure. And where do you exactly live in London?
I'm not living in London, like central
Okay.
London. I live like in a city which is like about 1 hour away from London.
Okay. Well, first of
By
all,
by train is like 35, 45 minutes. It depends on the train.
okay. Okay. Interesting. It seems convenient, isn't
It
it?
is. It
It
is.
is. So first of all, guys, please, professionals, congratulations, Rosella, because first of all, it's your first live on Instagram. So it must be scary at
It
first, of
is.
course.
It is.
I really hope that you can feel comfortable with me, okay? If any moments, okay, you want to share something with me or switch to Italian, feel free to share, okay?
Thank
I'm
you.
here for you. And congratulations because your English is just amazing. Is
Oh, thank
amazing.
you.
Of course it is. I can also hear some, like, I don't want to say Londoner accent, but like British accent, that's for sure. I can totally
Okay.
hear
I'm
the
working hard
accent.
on that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. What are you doing on your accent right now?
Actually, I'm doing like a pronunciation course.
Nice. Can I know the name of
That's
the teacher? Maybe I know her.
It's Aurora from online language lessons.
Okay. No, I don't know her. I don't know her
Uh,
actually. I know a
she's
lot of
very good.
accent trainers, okay?
I know.
But yeah, it's an amazing
Yeah,
thing to do.
she actually teaches like British English for design for Italians.
Oh, amazing. That's amazing. It's something that I feel like it gives you that kind of, level up
Yeah.
that you actually need when you're working abroad. Okay. So that's amazing. And how do you like find London or like let's say in general the UK? Like do you like living there?
I really do. The only
Okay.
downside is like being away from family and the weather, apart from today.
Of course. Apart from today, because of the life together, maybe.
Maybe it's a good luck.
It's a good omen. We don't know. But, anyways, I'm very happy that you are happy there. I love to hear about, success stories from Italians living abroad. That's very inspiring. You are very inspiring. So,
Oh,
like,
thank you.
congratulations,
Thanks a
really,
lot.
really.
And thanks for this opportunity.
Oh, no worries. I'm very happy. Like, I love my job. I don't know if it's something that you can tell from my content, Job interviews is actually my favorite part, and I love getting to know more professionals, more like roles also. So yeah, it's an amazing opportunity also for me. And something that I want to share, because I already told you, okay, but I want to tell everybody watching the live together here. So basically, we are going to answer the question, tell me about yourself, the typical infamous
Yeah.
question during job interviews. Okay, we're gonna have four answer right now. Okay, and I'm gonna act like if it were a real consultation with me. Okay, so I'm gonna give like the feedback both on an English level and of course on an HR level, because remember that of course I'm a former HR in this sense. So this is like the first thing I wanted to share. Second of all, I prepare like right here. I have my computer because it's an actual like consultation. So of course I need my notes. And I prepared a Google Doc that I will be sharing, of course, with you, Rosella, so that you have all my feedback there. Right now, you don't have to take note of anything, okay? So feel free to enjoy the live, okay, and the conversation together, okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
Amazing. Perfect. So let's start. How do you feel? Do you want to like read your answer right now, or do you want me to read it?
Either way,
Okay.
I don't mind reading it.
You have a wonderful accent. You
Uh,
want to read it?
I'll try, okay. So, I came from Italy and I moved to the UK 7 years ago. My first job here was as executive lounge assistant in a Hilton London Gatwick hotel. I really enjoyed that role, but after a couple of years, I felt that I was ready for more and needed a new challenge. The opportunity came up, actually, I forgot, came up when a vacancy opened for the reservation agent position. I therefore applied for it, and after going through the selection process, I got the position. A few months after that, we went to, unfortunately, into lockdown due to the pandemic. And upon returning to work, I felt that that wasn't my environment anymore, and I wanted to explore and change and explore a different type of business. This led me to apply for an insurance company where I have been working for the last 3 years. I find insurance very interesting and stimulating, so I want to progress further in my career within the same business.
Amazing. Perfect. I didn't use like a timer, so I don't know how much time it actually took you to like read all the answers, but the length, it seems perfect to me.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Maybe we can add some details here and there. Now I'm gonna give like the old feedback, but the length, I would say, is pretty much
Yeah,
okay
because
because many.
sorry, actually
Oh,
that
no worries.
was going to be one of the first questions, like how long does it need to be actually?
Exactly. So I would say less than 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
If we can, less than 1 minute. 1 minute and a half is like, okay, we are exaggerating, crossing the line.
If you really
Okay.
have something interesting to
Yeah,
say.
exactly. Oh my gosh, this person, like Elon Musk, okay? Like this kind of curriculum. Oh my gosh. But no, of course I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. But you need to understand that they don't want to have like all the information right now, okay,
Mm.
with this answer. It's like a break the ice question, okay? But at the same time, it's the perfect opportunity for you to guide the rest of the interview, okay? Now we're going to see step by step, okay, point by point, so that you understand exactly what to include in this answer, okay? So
Mhm.
yeah, it needs to be an overview, okay? An overview, but it needs to be strategic, okay? So let's dive into that, okay? Shall we?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So, like at first, you start saying, "I come from Italy. I moved to UK 7 years ago." Okay, everything is fine, perfect. We can actually make it more natural for a native speaker when it comes to, for example, a conversational tone. Remember, being conversational doesn't mean being unprofessional or informal. Okay, so being conversational doesn't equal informal. Being conversational, it means that it's more an English that it's appropriate for speaking, for an oral interaction. It's more like natural, okay? So for example, the sentence sounds more something you would type rather than, for example, say spontaneously, okay? So remember, like my feedback, it's for you to level up. and level up with your level that you already have, like a B2, maybe a C1. It depends on the case, but it's like we need to go in with the nuances, okay? So it's not like,
Okay.
okay, it's correct, that's it. If you want to stand out and be on the same level, for example, as like native speakers, of course, I'm going to give this kind of, like reformulation feedback. You know what I mean? So it's perfect what you
Hmm.
said. It's correct, okay? So another thing you could actually say is, I'm
Okay.
originally from Italy. Okay. Sounds more like natural, more spontaneous. And then remember, when you are typing, when you are writing, the tendency is to use a comma. Okay, like you said here, for example, I come from Italy, comma, and then nothing. You start like the other part of the sentence. While when you're speaking, that is not that common. So always add a sort of connector. So for example, in this case, but I'm
Uh-huh.
originally from Italy, but I moved to the UK 7 years ago. Make sense so far?
It does, yes.
Okay, let's see from an HR point of view. Okay, so it's good to introduce your background. Okay, but we need to tie it to your career journey. Okay, so in this case, my question for you can be, what motivated you to move to the UK, and how did that decision shape, for example, your career? So you could say something like, I'm originally from Italy, but I moved to the UK 7 years ago to gain international work experience and expand my career opportunities in customer service and client relations.
I would never have thought about that.
I love it. That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Otherwise, why people pay me? Okay, like it wouldn't make sense to pay me. Okay, if you were like that smart. Okay, okay, I know everything. Okay, that's why there are professionals like me, of course. So feel free to say, comments, anything. Okay, it's like, I know I talk about professional English. I am professional with my, like way of working and everything, but I'm not that professional. When I'm dealing with people and everything, I want to have fun. I want to establish, like real rapport. So really feel free to joke and comment whatever you want. You don't need to be stiff or too
I will.
professional. Nice. Enjoy your time. Okay. Okay. So what do you think about my reformulation? Does it fit your real situation, or did you move to the UK for another reason?
I moved for another reason, but I could use this one to be honest, because the other reason is not that good to bring up in an interview.
Okay. It's too personal, right?
It is personal, yes.
We don't want personal. The HR is there because of the business, not because of you, unfortunately. So, like, their priority is to understand if you are an asset to the company.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, the personal part, Ian, especially in the UK, they don't care like at all. Normally, it's like, don't bring your personal life up, okay? Like, please don't.
And
You
I don't
see,
want to add drama, so it's fine.
they are allergic to drama, aren't they?
They are.
They are. Sorry. From time to time, I'm gonna drink because I drink a lot of water. My clients
No,
know
no,
it.
no, it's okay.
My clients know it. I drink so much water. Okay, so first things first, and this is done. Let's move on. Where you say, my first job here was as executive lounge assistant at Hilton Gatwick Hotel. Okay, so here's not like a reformulation. Actually, is it's a little bit of a correction. Okay, of like a very small mistake. Okay, it's fine if you say like that, but we can make it more, let's say, appropriate. Okay, so for example, we say when you are sharing your job title, we say as a. Okay, so in this case, my first job here was as an executive,
I
not
see.
as executive, as an executive.
Hmm.
We need the indefinite article. Okay,
Okay.
it's always as a, and then the job title, and then with the name of the hotel, at the. Okay, at the Hilton Gateway Hotel. Make sense?
It does.
Perfect. Okay, HR feedback. The sentence is perfect. Okay, I understand like the transition, okay, from before, okay, but it lacks impact. So, what do I mean by that? We need to understand, you need to share the specific skill you developed. Okay. And it doesn't need to be like something very long. You start talking a lot. It's like something very, like straightforward, but it needs to be clear, like the kind of skills you actually developed, for example, in this role. Okay. In this like experience. Let me give you my suggestion, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can tell me if it aligns with your real experience or if you want to change something. So,
Okay.
my first job here was as an executive lounge assistant at the Hilton Gateway Hotel, where where in this experience I developed strong customer service, multitasking, and problem solving skills while managing high end guest experiences in a fast paced environment.
Perfect.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
Amazing.
Okay, so what I mentioned, knowing your role, of course, I did some digging here and there. So I chose customer service, multitasking, and problem solving. Does it align with what you actually developed there?
Yes. The only thing I would maybe, I don't know if it's appropriate to add, because
Tell me.
that role gave me the opportunity to actually start to learn English, even if I'm still making mistakes and I'm still not perfect, still like improving. But the way I was when I was in Italy, and then the way I talked when I started my job here, you know, I made a like big um, improvement from my start point.
Okay. I wouldn't mention, even though I still make mistakes, because remember, like the job interview is your stage, okay? It's your stage, and you need to show why you're the perfect fit.
Oh no, no, this is because I'm just telling
To
to you. I
me,
wouldn't say that to the interviewer, but just what I would add is just about the language, maybe something. I don't know if it's
amazing.
appropriate.
You can say that it gave a boost to your
Okay,
English. I'm going
that's good.
to add it to your document, okay? So you have it.
Thank you. Because my problem is that sometimes I lack vocabulary and I cannot
Okay.
express myself in English the same way I would express myself in Italian,
Of
of
course.
course.
Well, let me say that the way you structure your sentences, the way you structure your thoughts, it's very accurate for English. I can tell that you've been living in like an Anglo-Saxon country, okay? That's for sure. As for vocabulary, actually what I do, okay, with my clients is working on their memorization techniques, okay? Because you need to like expand your vocabulary in a smart way when you're an adult, okay? And that is why many people they move abroad, and of course there's an improvement. So your English is amazing, girl, like really your English is amazing, but
Thank you.
you always feel like you're limited, yeah, on some level, and that is the issue. We need to like basically wake your brain up, okay, as for the memorization of new vocabulary, okay.
Yeah,
There are some techniques we can actually implement, okay.
yeah, because
uh
my impression is that it's never
i,
enough.
I know.
It's never enough when I want to say something and can't find the words and I have to Google them. It's so frustrating.
I know. It's a matter of, okay, the first signs, of course, you're going to Google them or to ask ChatGPT. But the thing is that you should be able to take this kind of distance from this kind of tools after a while, because every time you ask for a piece of vocabulary, you are able to memorize it right away, so that you are actually expanding your vocabulary when you are asking, for example, Google or ChatGPT. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's a long process. There's a lot of work to do, but with the right techniques, you can actually, optimize this part too. Okay. Then maybe after the live, if you want to like know more, maybe about my consultations and everything, we can discuss it. Okay. Because I also
Okay.
do like maybe some kind of consultations only for memorization techniques. Okay. So we can actually discuss something like that. But anyways, we're here for the tell me about yourself
Okay,
part,
let's move on.
and I'm already sharing a lot of like professional vocabulary for you, okay, to use it in your job interview, okay? That you can actually use it not only for the tell me about yourself answer, but also for other questions, okay? They are very useful, for example, when you talk about your strengths and weaknesses, okay, all that part, like You can use them in other, like categories in the job interview. Okay, so moving
Okay.
on, I really enjoyed their role, but after a couple of years, I felt that I was ready for more and needed a new challenge. So, as for the English, okay, it's perfect, like no mistakes here, okay. We can actually formulate it, okay, in a more, as I said, maybe natural, spontaneous conversational way. So, for example, you can say something like, I really enjoyed their role, but after 2 years, okay, or a couple of years is perfect, I was ready to take on more responsibility and face a new challenge. Okay. It's a little bit more impactful. There are actually some verbs in English that are considered like action verbs and more impactful verbs. That is why they are perfect for job interviews. Okay. They make more an impact. Okay,
Yeah.
when you're speaking. As for the HR part here, the transition is good. I like it, but we can make your motivation more clear. So, for example, the question you can ask yourself is, what exactly made you feel ready for a new challenge? What skills or responsibilities were you looking for? Okay, so as before, I'm going to share my suggestion and you can tell me, yes, it's aligned with what I would have said, or no. I really enjoyed that role, but after 2 years, I was ready to take on more responsibility, particularly in problem solving and client interactions. So I applied for a role where I could develop these skills further.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Love it. I love your
All right.
reaction. I can tell from your face that you're very happy.
I am.
Nice. Do you want to comment on this?
I don't, I mean, the true reason for that move was that I wanted like an office job experience to progress in a different direction.
Okay, office job experience, you told me.
Yes, because in Italy I was working as accountant basically. So of course I moved here, and because my English wasn't that good, I needed to start it from somewhere, and the hotel was the easiest way to start, especially for someone from abroad. So I wanted to move back kind of to the office environment.
It's perfect. I love it. Okay, okay. So you can say something like, okay, let me think. Maybe, okay, after how many years? 2 years, right? After,
Roughly, yeah.
okay. So you can say something like, okay, after a couple of years, I realized I missed XYZ, okay, like very specific elements um, from your previous job that you had in Italy, okay?
Mhm.
So, of course, you wanted to go back to that kind of role, okay? I think it's the perfect motivation. You can actually share it. It's perfect for the job interview, okay? You can take like my let's say template here and just
Yeah.
adjust it with this small part, small change. Okay? Make
Okay.
sense?
It,
Office
yes.
job experience. So I'm just taking note for
Thank
you. I'm
you.
going to write realized wanted to go back to something, okay, like your previous job. Okay, perfect. There you go. And then the opportunity came when a vacancy opened for the reservation operator position. I therefore applied for it. And after going through the selection process, I got the position. So, as for English, it's a little bit too formal, okay? A little bit too formal. We can make it more conversational, let's say, okay? So, you can say something like, when our reservation operating position became available, I saw it as a great opportunity to grow. So, I applied and successfully got the role. Okay, got the position. Okay. As for the HR, maybe we can add a little bit of detail to show like why you were a strong candidate for this new position. Okay. So what made you stand out in the selection process? Like why did they choose you? Okay, in the end. For example, it can sound something like, when a reservation operating position became available, I saw it as an opportunity to expand my skills in problem solving and client coordination. So I applied. Thanks to my strong communication skills and ability to handle high pressure situations, I successfully secured the role. Okay, it's very specific. I made it. Okay, so what I want you to notice compared to your original answer, that mine is more specific.
Yes.
In what way is it more specific? Skills and alignment with the role you're applying for. Okay, you're like giving this kind of clues to the HR already as why you are the great fit for the position. Okay, makes sense so far?
Yes.
Anything you want to comment on this?
No, not on this. This is good.
This is good. Okay.
This is good.
I mean, we are aligned. We are aligned. I love it. I love it. Then a few months later, no, after, okay, a few months after, we went into lockdown due to the pandemic. No, this pandemic. And upon returning to work, I felt that that wasn't my environment anymore, and I wanted to change and explore a different type of business. Okay. So first of all, I want to comment on the word business. Normally, here in a job interview, when you are not a business owner, you don't talk a lot about business. You talk more about industries, sectors, fields. Okay, business. It's more. If you were maybe a manager, a
If I'm
boss,
investing, maybe.
exactly, invest exactly, it would be different. But in your case, like with this kind of employee jobs, okay, let me say it, we talk more about industries, okay, industry sectors, fields, okay, they're all synonyms more or less. Okay, perfect. We can make it more, let's say, professional for the job interview. So you can say something like, after the pandemic, I realized I was looking for a new challenge and wanted to explore a different industry where I could continue growing professionally, for example. Okay. On the HR level, okay, good reason for a career change, okay, but you need to emphasize why insurance, okay, interested you instead of, for example, any other industry. Because as far as I understand, you want to keep working for the insurance industry, right?
Yes.
So you need to make them feel special. You need to make them understand that it's a choice. Okay, it's a choice for you. You want to work for this specific industry, so there is a reason why you actually enjoy it. Okay, so it can sound something like, after the pandemic, I wanted to transition into an industry where I could build long-term expertise. I was particularly drawn to insurance because it combines analytical thinking, client interaction, and problem solving, all skills I had developed in hospitality. And of course, you can also mention like the accountant job. Make sense?
Perfect.
Do you think that maybe there is any other specific reason for you to consider insurance the perfect industry for you to work in?
Right now, after like 3 years experience, I feel like it really fits me really.
It's
In
you.
general, yes, I like the environment. I like the type of job. Um,
So you see, we need to be specific. So for example, maybe you like it because it requires analytical thinking, client interaction, problem solving, because it combines different elements. So this is like an example I give you.
mhm.
But after, you can take the document, you can say, okay, you go through it again, of course. You can say, okay, maybe it's not a lot about analytical thinking, maybe it's about another, okay, feature, and you can just change it, okay? Take your time also to brainstorm your reasons, okay? That's very important. Brainstorm, I love brainstorming sessions, like they are so useful and game changer in this situation. Okay, and then we have, this led me to apply for insurance company where I've been working for the last 3 years. Okay, in this case, you know what's missing? The name of your role. Like, what is
Oh, I
the
see.
job title, okay, you currently have?
Senior operations in
Senior operations.
yeah.
Okay. Maybe specialist or something like that. It sounds like, okay. Senior operations.
Senior
Okay.
like
So,
associate operate in operations.
okay.
Senior associate.
Okay, perfect. So the sentence could be I transitioned into the insurance industry and I've been working as a, okay, senior operations for the past 3 years. Okay, makes sense?
Mhm.
Okay. On the HR level, okay, you can ask yourself, what key achievements have you had in your insurance role? Okay. It can be only one key achievement. Okay. Normally, in like an HR, okay, job interview, they're going to ask you, what is the biggest achievement, okay, in your career? So of course you're going to choose something from your insurance experience because that is what you want,
Yeah.
okay. But you can also, like in this phase, in the tell me about yourself answer, you can already like mention it because when you mention it, you're almost sure the HR is going to ask more about it. So basically, you have another answer ready for your job interview without any more effort, let's say, because you already thought about it, you already mentioned, so they're not going to dig okay further. It's like how to guide them, you know what I mean?
I do.
So for example, it can sound something like I transitioned to the insurance industry and I've been working as for example in this case in your operations for the past 3 years where I've developed strong risk assessments, client advising, and negotiation skills. You can balance between something more technical and something more soft, like soft skills. Okay, for example, negotiation skills is a soft skill,
Kind of
but
personal skills like.
exactly, exactly. Okay, like organizational skills, for example. Okay, the one that, for example, my clients always like a lot, like organizational skills, we need to find a way to like showcase your uniqueness when we mention, for example, organizational skills. Okay, but this is not like the place to like go deeper into like every single soft skill. Okay, here you just need to mention them to give them, okay, the idea, okay, this person is very good at, this person developed a lot, this one, okay, amazing. Anything to comment on this one?
No, actually,
Okay, you like it. i
I do.
i, I hope that you like it. Okay.
That's
I hope that you like it.
like everything you've done.
Nice. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Then we have, I think it's the last one, if I'm not, yeah, exactly. So the last sentence, I find insurance very interesting and stimulating, so I want to progress further in my career within the same business. Again, business, we can make like
Industry, yeah.
industry, exactly. We can make it more specific. So for example, I find insurance both dynamic and intellectually stimulating. It's something that I came up with. You
Mm-hmm.
need to say, of course, what you think about it. And I'm eager to, okay? I want to, okay. Try to avoid I want to. It's like when my grandma says, voglio l'erba voglio, non cresce neanche il giardino del re. So, like, it's the same in English, we can say in professional environments. It's preferable to say I'm eager,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I'm eager instead of I want. Make sense?
It makes sense.
Nice.
Is it if what if I use, for example, I'm willing to, I'm keen to, is
Yeah.
it the same or
So we have some nuances there. So, for example, I'm eager. It's like I really want, okay? It's like we're emphasizing, okay? The motivation. I'm
mm-hmm.
really motivated to do that. I'm willing to, it's like I'm available for that, okay? Like if you tell me I will do that, no resistance, but no motivation either. If it makes sense.
Cozy.
Or it can also be something more neutral. For example, when you write it in the CV, I'm willing to relocate. Okay, I see that you're willing to relocate, but it's like,
If
eh,
I don't, it's
if I
better.
don't, it's okay. Like I can stay here in Milan or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like it lacks that kind of motivation. Okay, part. And then the other one you said it was keen on.
Keen to, yeah.
Mm. It's more similar to eager. Okay. It's a little bit like below as
Hmm.
for the, you know,
The
the emphasis.
strength, like it's stronger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
eager, yeah, it's stronger and more professional, I would say. It's the perfect option here. But if you want to say keen, it's okay. Mm. Willing, let's
No.
try to avoid it, okay? Because we want to showcase your motivation, etc. So I feel like they are more suitable for this situation, okay? So,
Hmm.
for example, here, blah, 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 I'm eager to take on new challenges and responsibilities as I continue growing in this field, industry, sector. Okay. Then on the HR level, okay, you can ask yourself in order to be more specific of what kind of progression you're looking for. And in this case, you need to look for the job description and base it on the job description for the position you applied for. So like this is
Okay.
a piece of advice, very strong piece of advice. So you can say something like, for example, I know the question first. The question you can ask yourself is what type of role or career path am I aiming for next in my career? So, for example, I find insurance both dynamic and intellectually stimulating, and I'm eager to step into a more strategic role where I can apply my expertise in client advisory and risk management. For example, also here you can take some, specific skills you mentioned before. How is it this one? Do you agree?
That's brilliant.
On the
Perfect.
same page. Amazing. I love it. So we reached the end, okay, of the very specific feedback, both on the English side and on the HR side. As you see, like on the English side, there were like a couple of mistakes, but all the rest, it was more like, okay, since you have a very good English level, okay, let's make it more advanced and like, let's say appropriate for a professional environment. Does it make
Hmm.
sense? So it's not like a correction,
Yeah.
it's like a level up,
Yeah.
okay, to sound more like a native speaker in the same situation. And remember, I don't want to sound like, oh, Christina says that you need to be like a native speaker, sound like I'm not talking about the accent. Like if you work on the accent, it's perfect and I love it for you, okay? But I'm more talking about the way you express your thoughts, because when you are on the same level, okay, of like the way you express yourself when you're working with native speakers, of course the impact you're gonna have and the kind of rapport you're gonna build is different. You can
Yeah. I
aim,
can feel the gap,
you can
honestly.
feel the gap, exactly, you can feel the gap. You can be considered for more management roles, you can be considered for more leadership roles, okay, for promotion. Like it gives you another, edge, competitive edge in this sense, okay. And of course I wouldn't tell you like that if you had an A2 level, okay, of course not. But in like situations like yours, I only basically work with professionals like you, okay, with a very good like intermediate, upper intermediate, also advanced level, okay. But they want to make it sound like a natural and native speaker English in a professional environment. You know what I mean? So it's like only a level up. If you like say everything you said to me here, it's perfect. It's still perfect. It's understandable and it's correct. Okay. It was just for you to like level up and expand your vocabulary in a more professional way. First of all. Second of all, we have the HR side, of course. So like that part, it's a whole different world, of course. And if you've never worked for, the HR department, of course, you don't understand what they're actually looking for. Okay. Since I worked both in the US and in Italy, I saw like the behind the scenes and I saw, okay, HRs really care about this, and this, not that, and that, because I also thought that that was more important, but it turns out it's not.
They're looking for something different. Yeah.
Exactly. They want to see that because remember, as an employee, you are an expense for the company. They need to see that you're a good expense that has like a ROI, return. You're like a return of investment for them. Okay. That is very important. Then I took note of a couple of questions you can actually be asked after your answer to tell me about yourself, thinking as an HR. One could be, what specific skills have you gained from working in both hospitality and insurance, and how do they complement each other? That is something you can think of, okay?
Mhm.
Always thinking that they need to be useful for the insurance role you're applying for. And then, what aspects of the insurance industry do you find most exciting? And what role do you see yourself next? Okay. Those two are very likely to be asked after your answer. Okay. Then I prepared a very short like glossary with some helpful collocation and expression. So for example, one that I love and my professionals in my membership, they learned it recently. It's like to wear many hats. Wear many hats. Yeah. I love it. So, for example, when you handle multiple responsibilities. So, as a reservation operator, I wore many hats. For example, from handling customer requests to coordinating with different departments. Just an example. Or to keep up with the pace. Okay. Keep up with the pace to stay up to speed in a fast moving environment. Okay. So, for example, insurance is a fast moving industry and learn to keep up with the pace. Okay. To make them understand that you're not a slow person. Okay. You're ready. Okay. You're ready to handle anything. Okay. You have experience. You like it. You like this adrenaline of the insurance industry. You know what I mean?
I'm on top of everything.
Exactly. You're on top of, I love this expression. So that's it. This was my feedback. Before we wrap it up, let me close here. Tell me everything. Tell me how it was. How did you feel? And what are your thoughts?
I think it's very helpful because especially, regarding the vocabulary expressions, I think like such like a small details that can change a lot in the way you are perceived. So I think it's extremely helpful.
Communication.
And also,
Yeah.
And I didn't think about actually including, the skills that I gained for each role, but just, the kind of history.
I know it's a very common mistake, let's say. Okay, so it's not you. It's not you. It's like in Italy and in general, I think when it comes to like looking for a job, applying, job interviews, there isn't enough literature on that maybe available for any employee. So it's normal. It's normal, okay, not to know what to include, okay? So again, it's not like, okay, I'm gonna say everything, okay? No, but be strategic, okay, as we saw. And then remember everything we mentioned, they can just go deeper. For example, asking you about, okay, what are your biggest strengths? Okay, or what is your biggest achievements based on what you share in telling by yourself. Okay, that is very important. But little by little, it's like a mindset you need to acquire for job interviews. Okay.
That's it. Yes.
Nice.
Thank
So
you.
I'm
That
gonna
was
share with you.
extremely helpful. Thank you so much again.
Nice. I'm so happy we did this. And I love you. My gosh, I love you as a person. I love your
Oh, thank you.
personality. Really, really. We connected like right away. I love this.
Yeah, we did.
Really. It was like it seems like I've known you forever. I don't know why. I have this kind of feeling.
I feel the same, actually, very comfortable.
Nice, perfect. It was really a pleasure having you here today. I know that Instagram maybe is like a live crazy. No, it's not that crazy. You see, it's like a video call. It's like a video
I'm just
call. Nothing
pretending we are just the two of us. That's it.
Exactly. I'm not even checking the messages that you can see. It's like only the two of us, like a real consultation. So I'm going to share with you the document I prepared. Okay. So you have all my feedback there. It's been really a pleasure. You're a wonderful
Pleasure is
person, a wonderful
mine.
professional. And I really, really, really wish you all the best for your career.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us today. Okay. Take
Thank you for
care.
the opportunity once again.
No worries, no worries. I'm so happy you were the winner, really. So,
Me too.
okay,
I
of
couldn't
course you
believe
were.
it. Couldn't believe
I'm
it.
so
I'm
happy
so
about that.
lucky.
We can do that again.
Anytime.
Nice. Next time. Okay, so have a wonderful night. Okay,
You too.
Rossella.
You too.
And nothing. Let's chat. Okay.
Sure.
And bye, everyone. Bye,
Thanks.
professionals. Bye
Bye.
bye.